So you're thinking about retiring to East Tennessee? I get it. You're definitely not the only one. It's got this reputation for beautiful mountains and, well, being easy on the wallet. But is that the whole story? Today, we're going to dig in and get real about the biggest financial perks and, just as important, the practical downsides you've got to consider. Man, that really paints a picture, doesn't it? Rolling hills, that morning mist, a pace of life that lets you just breathe. It's the dream, right? But here's the million-dollar question. Does the reality on the ground, the finances, the day-to-day stuff, actually live up to that amazing vision? Let's find out. So, could this really be your retirement spot? We're going to break it all down. The numbers, the lifestyle, the good, and the not so good. All right, let's jump right in. This is all about giving you a straightforward guide to making what is, let's face it, a really big decision. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the financial advantages. Because honestly, the numbers are a huge part of why so many people are looking this way. All right, this right here, this is the number that makes everyone's ears perk up. 0. As in, a 0% state income tax on your retirement income. Think about that for a second. Every single dollar you pull from your 401k, your IRA, your pension, even your Social Security, it's all yours. The state doesn't touch it. And that's just the start. It really creates this powerful financial trifecta for anyone retiring there. So you've got no state income tax on your retirement funds, which is huge. Then you add in some of the lowest property taxes you'll find anywhere in the country. And to top it all off, no state inheritance or estate tax. That means more of what you've worked for goes to your family, not the government. And just when you think that's good, there's more. The property tax advantage doesn't even stop at just being low. The state actually has a property tax relief program specifically for eligible seniors, which can knock that bill down even further. So you're saving a ton on taxes, and all those savings get supercharged by a lower cost of living overall. I mean, let's be real, your biggest expense is almost always going to be housing, right? Well, in East Tennessee, your money just goes further. You can get more house for your buck compared to a lot of other popular retirement destinations, especially those on the coasts. Okay, so the money part is pretty compelling. It's what gets people to look in the first place. But honestly, it's the lifestyle that often seals the deal and makes them stay. And what a lifestyle it is. In East Tennessee, nature isn't something you have to drive hours to get to. It is literally your backyard. You've got the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, the country's most visited, right there. You can hop on the Appalachian Trail for a hike, or spend the day boating or fishing on incredible lakes like Watauga, Boone, or Norris. An active outdoor life isn't just possible, it's easy. Now, let's talk about something that's, absolutely critical for any retiree, healthcare. And this is another area where East Tennessee really steps up. You've got major, high-quality healthcare systems. In the Tri-Cities area, there's the big Ballad Health Network. Over in Knoxville, you've got the University of Tennessee Medical Center, which is a top-level trauma center, plus the whole Covenant Health Network. So you're covered. All right, so far, this all sounds pretty amazing, right? Almost too perfect? And you know what they say about that? No place is perfect. So let's get real. What's the catch? It's time to talk about the practical downsides that you absolutely 100% need to know about before you even think about packing a box. Okay, let's look at the trade-offs. And this is important because what might be a tiny issue for one person could be an absolute deal breaker for someone else. So you know that amazing climate that makes everything so lush and green? Well, there's a flip side. Come springtime, you're looking at a massive pollen season. We're talking one of the toughest in the entire country for allergy sufferers. And then there's the summer. It gets hot and it gets very humid. Next up, infrastructure realities. Let's be crystal clear. You will need a car, period. This is a region that's built around the automobile. Public transportation is pretty much non-existent outside of the main city centers. And that dream of a quiet, secluded cabin in the mountains, it's a great dream, but it might come with some, let's say, rustic internet and cell service. Plus, you might be looking at a 30-minute drive just to get to a major grocery store or hospital. Okay, remember that awesome no income tax thing? Well, here's how the state makes up for it. This is the big trade-off. Tennessee has one of the highest combined sales tax rates in the entire nation. It averages around 9.5%. So yeah, you save big on your retirement income, but you're paying more every single time you buy, well, anything. Groceries, clothes, a meal at a restaurant, it all gets that higher tax. And finally, let's talk about the pace of life. For a lot of people, that slower, more relaxed, community-focused vibe is the #1 reason they want to move there. It's a huge pro. But, and this is a big but, if you're used to a 24/7 big city culture with endless options for everything, you might find it a little too quiet. It really just comes down to a personality fit.
So let's say you've weighed all that, and the pros are still winning. The next question is, where in East Tennessee is your spot? Let's take a quick look at the main regions.
Each area kind of has its own personality. The Tri-Cities, that's Johnson City, Kingsport, and Bristol, they offer this really nice, affordable balance. You get city conveniences without crazy traffic. Then you have Knoxville, which has a more urban, energetic feel, thanks in large part to the University of Tennessee. And then there's Chattanooga, which is just fantastic for the active, outdoorsy person who still wants that vibrant city life right on the river. And all of this leads to what is, without a doubt, the single most important piece of advice in this entire discussion. You can't make this decision from behind a computer screen. You can't just look at the numbers on a spreadsheet. You have to go there. You have to feel it for yourself. Because in the end, the data, the lists of pros and cons, that can all get you interested. But it's only a real visit, sweating through a humid July afternoon or seeing the mountains in the chill of January, driving the back roads and just talking to people. That's the only way you'll know for sure if this beautiful part of the country is really the place where you can build your dream and feel truly at home.